Joined now by Jamie Boreham, the head coach of the Okanagan Sun, coming out of week number 5 and heading into week number 6, and hoping that Rob Ellis from the Kamloops Broncos will have a moment to join in and click in with us here on the meeting. Hopefully he can join us as well. Jamie, let's look at back before we look ahead. Week 5, a really tough game at home against the Langley Rams, and you guys played them tough by all indications. A real close game when it came right down to it. What's your takeaways and your assessment of your team's performance?
I think despite our record, I think we got to recognize that we're a lot closer to where we want to be than what our record says. We just took the best team in the league here and second best team in the country, and we took them wire to wire. So they're a good team. So it was nice for our guys to be able to step up to that challenge. So we're looking forward to our guys building from that and going to play Kamloops this weekend.
Yeah. What is it about Langley, and while we're talking about them, that really makes them so challenging? Is it a personnel thing? Is it the way that they all fit together? What are some of the pieces about Langley that you think makes them one of those top teams in the country?
They got pieces, and they got them all over the place, and their athlete count is up there. So the more athletes you put on the field, the more dynamic you can be, and like they got game changers and game breakers, and their O-line's solid, and their D-line and backer plays good, and then their DBs fly around. So, and then on specials, like they got guys ripping around there. So, like they're pretty. They got it put together pretty good. So, yeah, kudos to them, man. Like they drove the ball down in the fourth quarter late when they needed to, and they put one in the end zone.
Yeah. Give me the assessment of where your group is at. I know we were just chatting before we hit record here about, gelling and coming together with such a new group. How's that process coming? And do you like the build towards, week 7 and 8 and 9 when the games really start to matter?
Yeah, we're doing little things. Like our penalties are way down, and our execution, we're doing better when we grade out on film. So we're getting a whole lot closer to where we need to be. And the gelling part, it takes time and young guys getting together. And we got 2/3 of a new team, right? And 2/3 of a new coaching staff. So that's going to take time. And I'm never going to make an excuse for it. It just has to happen because we're running out of time here and we got to put some wins on the board.
Yeah. When you look at the Kamloops Broncos and you obviously guys met them early in the season, and now we're a few weeks down the line. When you look at the film, have they changed at all? Is there anything about the way that group looks now compared to then that stands out to you?
Early we didn't even know what to expect of them, right? So seeing them on film a little bit, I think they're finding their identity too. Finding the guys that they're gelling, and with the quarterbacks and receivers and then running back, and their running back, he's a speedster. He runs the ball nice. So we're gonna have to be good against them and sound and penalty free, mistake free, and come play a good football game.
I've asked every head coach this, so I'll pitch it to you as well. And it's kind of putting you on the spot a little bit, but when you look back at the first half of the season, is there something that jumps out to you as the biggest surprise? Something that really you thought, wow, I didn't expect to see that, or can't believe that guy did that, or that team is in that position. Is there something that stands out to you from the first half?
I don't know. I think if you told me that, I don't know, we'd lose 2 football games because we scored more on ourselves, I think that would put me in shock. It's a stat that doesn't happen usually. One of those anomalies, and I don't know. I'm surprised we hurt ourselves early as much as we did. In terms of the league, I'll be honest, we focus on ourselves. Langley's Langley, West Shore's good. Chilliwack, I don't know. Chilliwack's ended up on the wrong side of some scores, but they're a real good team. And Kamloops is they're playing people tough, right? They played what was that, Chilliwack last week or the week before?
Yeah, really high scoring game.
That was a big shootout, and so I guess some of the scores are surprising in terms of the shootout type thing, but it's the BC football conference, so it's good and it is crazy, and
expect the unexpected, right?
Yeah, I'm happy to see the less of the BS from on-field nonsense, and so I think that's a nice thing. We've been involved in some good games where like the nonsense hasn't been in the forefront, and that's good for the league and just good for football and good for the fans and showing kids the level of football that we play here.
Yeah, that's a great point, Jamie. And that's one thing I'm hearing from everyone is just the level. You're talking to CIS guys who came back to junior and they're saying, I'm being challenged every week out there. The level's high.
Yeah, for sure. Like the amount of guys that played university or, had many opportunities, but whether they're not a school guy or want to get into the trades, whatever the situation is, there's a ton of talent. So I'm sure a bunch of those universities are going to come poach a bunch of our guys across the league, and it's going to make next year be all that much more different and entertaining itself. But yeah, it's a tough league to play. Like every week's tough, and it's nice because it forces you to get better.
Yeah, I guess if Brian Dobie shows up at your facility, you're in trouble, right?
Yeah, I used to like him. I don't know. No, Dobie, he can come stay at my house anytime he wants.
There you go. Jamie, I appreciate your time so much. Best of luck this weekend.
Thanks a lot. Take care, Dom.
Okay, thanks.